Halo and Gears of War have been the pillars that have held the Xbox brand aloft for nearly 2 decades. Both franchises now have 5 games within their respective main storylines, and with the recent release of Gears 5, I've decided to analyse whether the big bro Halo is still top dog, or whether the young little brother of Gears is about to rise up to reign supreme over the Xbox first party lineup for years to come. And we're doing it right now. Hey squad, Sykes here, and a kindly reminder that if you enjoy this video then please make sure you leave a like, head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications of future uploads. Also, this is your spoiler warning for events that take place in both campaigns for Halo 5 Guardians and Gears 5, so you have been warned. So as 2019 starts to draw to a close, and as we move into the last year of the current console generation in 2020, I've decided to look at where Halo and Gears are now placed heading into the much anticipated launch of Xbox Scarlet. The recent release of Gears 5 has got me thinking as to whether there has been a power shift between Xbox's 2 biggest players. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive into the histories of both franchises. You will find plenty of videos that recap the timelines of all the games. Instead, I'm going to focus on the current state of both franchises after their most recent releases, Halo 5 Guardians and Gears 5. Let's start with Gears 5, as that has been most recently released. Gears 5 has been well received by critics for its new innovative campaign. The focus shifted from JD Phoenix, son of longtime Gears hero Marcus Phoenix, to Kate Diaz. Now, all the ins and outs of the Gears 5 campaign can be found in my Gears 5 campaign review video, so I won't waste time recapping that here. What I will say, however, is that Gears 5 excels in its storytelling, writing, and impactful, well-acted cutscenes. Everything that Halo 5 Guardians did atrociously. Halo 5 Guardians' campaign was by far and away the lowest point of the Halo story so far. Halo 5 tried to introduce too many characters into a very short story. Everything became incredibly clustered, with no room or time for character development, and therefore no time to make the player care about those characters. Now, here's a quick fact for you. In Gears 5, we were introduced to 4 new characters in the form of Lizzie Carmine, Foz, Paddock, and our new robot companion Jack. All new characters we'd never seen before, and a 10 to 12 hour campaign to get to know them in. Now, in Halo 5, we were introduced to the whole of Blue Team, Fred, Linda and Kelly. Although known in the extended universe, it was the first time we had played alongside them in a game, and Team Osiris with Locke, Vale, Tanaka, and guess what? We had 4 to 5 hours to get emotionally invested in these characters, which, thanks to the botched writing of Halo 5, I came out of that campaign resenting them more than loving them. Now, both campaigns went down the whole squad-based revive mechanic, which I can firmly now say, after playing both games, I despise. However, I would say the AI of Gears 5 characters that make up your squad was stronger than those of Halo 5 when playing in single player. Gears 5 was also able to shift the focus onto a new protagonist in the form of Kate, while still keeping JD, protagonist from Gears 4, and the old guard of Marcus, Baird and others fully embedded into the narrative. Halo 5, however, completely dropped the ball, shifting focus from Master Chief to Locke by completely writing one of the most iconic characters in video game history out of the story for 3/4 of the game. To the point where 343 have backed themselves into a corner as to whether Locke should even be present in Halo Infinite due to the fact he absolutely sucked in Halo 5. I think that at this point the campaign of Gears 5 is far greater than that of Halo 5. Gears 5's campaign has left the overall narrative of the current trilogy in a healthy place, with players fully expecting a big showdown with Queen Reyna in Gears 6, which, based off the current development cycle of the Coalition, we will likely see in 2022. However, Halo 5's campaign has left the story of the current Halo storyline bloated, clustered and a confusing mess as to where we go next, especially with the well-debated heel turn of Cortana late on in Halo 5. So I make that Gears 5 1, Halo 5 0. Now, multiplayer is where things start to take a turn. Now, before any Halo fans get angry about what I'm about to say, this is all my subjective opinion and yours may differ to mine, and if it does then please let me know in the comments. But I absolutely loved Halo 5's multiplayer. I have spent hundreds of hours playing Arena and Warzone, and Halo 5 got its hooks into me unlike any other game before. Now, I know there is still a big debate about the use of movement mechanics in Halo, mainly with the focus on sprint, but I felt that Halo 5 has some of the strongest multiplayer offerings across the whole franchise. From the focus returning to arena multiplayer and map and power weapon control, to the expansive and crazy new Warzone mode, Halo, eventually after many free content updates that should have been at launch, offered so much and so many playlists for players to dive into both socially and competitively. Now, Gears 5 I think pales in comparison to the breadth and depth of Halo 5. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Gears 5 multiplayer and still do, but I can't help but feel the Coalition have just stuck to what they know and played it little safe when it comes to the gameplay mechanics and innovation. Whether you agree or disagree with its implementation, there is no doubt that there was far greater gameplay innovation from Halo 4 to Halo 5 compared to the changes made between Gears 4 and Gears 5. In terms of the rest of Gears 5, it offers Horde mode and Escape mode, whereas Halo 5 offered up Warzone, Warzone Firefight and Forge, which is an innovative revelation in itself. Thanks to the great work by 343, Forge has developed into an incredibly well-oiled machine, allowing players to create some incredible maps for some insane custom game modes and matches. So in terms of the multiplayer, Halo 5 ties it up at one apiece. So where do we go from here? There is one important fact that has yet to be touched on, and that is the announcement and reveal of Halo Infinite, the next mainline game in the Halo storyline. Back at E3 2018, the first teaser for Halo Infinite was shown, and it sent many in the gaming world, and especially in the Halo community, nuts for many reasons. A further reveal at E3 2019 showed a complete overhaul of the engine and a new art style drawing back to the classic Halo days, with a 2020 release alongside the launch of Xbox Scarlet, has got the Halo community optimistic once more. I believe that it is Halo that is the #1 franchise on Xbox. The hype that Halo can generate amongst fans I think is still greater than that of Gears even after a mixed bag in Halo 5 Guardians. However, I can't underestimate the point that Halo Infinite is quite possibly the last chance 343 Industries has at returning Halo to somewhat of its former glory. If Halo Infinite fails to meet expectations, then I think Gears is firmly ready to strike with Gears 6 to take the mantle of responsibility from Halo as the #1 franchise of the Xbox brand. Well, squad, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then please make sure you leave a like, you head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and you hit that bell for notifications of future uploads. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on whether you think it's Halo that's #1 on Xbox or Gears that's #1 on Xbox down in the comments below. Don't forget to follow myself and the channel over on Twitter at installation_ix, capital I, capital X. And remember, I'm Sykes, and for all things Xbox, stay tuned to InstallationX. Bye, guys.